sounds of war eventually faded, giving way to a fragile peace. The task of rebuilding now fell to the survivors.
As the colors fade, so too does the optimism of the era. We are left only with the stark reality of the gray.
The Indochina Peninsula, located in Southeast Asia, has long been a region of significant geopolitical interest.
Welcome to Part 4, focusing on Indochina, specifically the regions of Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos.
In 1954, the world powers convened in Geneva to discuss the fate of Indochina.
Our focus today is Vietnam, a nation rich in history and culture located on the eastern Indochinese peninsula. In 1954, the Geneva Accords established the 17th parallel, temporarily dividing Vietnam into two zones.
After the struggle against French colonialism, Vietnam was temporarily divided.
At the 17th parallel. The northern half of Vietnam darkens slightly, symbolizing a new political entity.
In the north, a new government emerged. Rapidly building up its military forces. A powerful military apparatus was taking shape.
The soldier of the North Vietnamese army, though lacking advanced technology, was driven by a fierce determination to unify their country.
The southern half of the country, shown here, brightens distinctly, contrasting sharply with the north and highlighting the emerging alliance.
In the south, the United States became a crucial ally, providing economic and military support. The goal, to prevent the spread of communism. A bulwark against the red tide. The leaders stood resolute, a symbol of determination against the rising tide. Their reliance on foreign aid, with the global population reaching unprecedented levels, Asia remains the demographic center of the world. During the height of the Cold War, Vietnam transformed into a critical flashpoint. Washington firmly believed, if South Vietnam were to fall, the entire region of Southeast Asia would collapse in a domino effect. A theory that shaped American foreign policy. The collapse began in Vietnam, rapidly spreading across the mainland. This was the fear, a chain reaction that it was the fundamental tenet for the domino theory. The collapse of one state would trigger a chain reaction across Southeast Asia.
Hidden within this dense, unforgiving jungle, life thrives in the shadows, constantly watching, waiting for the unwary. Meanwhile, in the south, guerrilla activity intensified.
Ambush tactics and swift, unexpected attacks became a hallmark of the conflict. These elusive forces struck with precision. The tension escalated with each passing month. A shadow war slowly engulfing the nation.
This fierce determination was the hallmark of the Viet Cong fighter, blending seamlessly with the jungle environment.
The stakes grew higher. Point the conflict more volatile. Then, in August 1964,
The Gulf of Tonkin incident dramatically escalated the crisis.
Since the dawn of the Cold War, radar technology has been the front line of defense. This rotating sweep allows
reports of attacks on U.S. naval vessels. A turning point that would reshape America's involvement. The stage was set for a naval clash of unprecedented scale. The ensuing battle would rage for hours. The situation was dire, demanding a response. As the 51st Congress convened, the debate quickly turned contentious.
We must vote on this amendment today.
Responding to these events, the U.S. Congress moved swiftly. This act, known as the Tonkin Resolution, marked a pivotal moment, granting the president unprecedented authority. They passed the Tonkin Resolution.
They have passed the Tonkin Resolution.
Broad authority to expand military action. In Vietnam, a pivotal decision that changed the course of history. The path to direct intervention was now clear.
no longer a matter of aid, but of full engagement.
Chapter 61, The White House, a symbol recognized across the globe. It is the home and office of the President of the United States. From what began as a localized conflict, Vietnam rapidly transformed. Into a new front line of the Cold War. The implications were immense. America's commitment was sealed. And the United States was now ready to step in. A nation poised for war. The stage was set.
And so, as the light finally dims on their journey, we are left to ponder the legacy they leave behind.
For what would become one of its longest. And most divisive conflicts.
Part 3, The American Landing, 1965.
The ultimate clash of champions. Welcome to 75, home of Stick Fight XX.
As we reach the 76th and final segment, The screen fades completely to black.
The continuous influx of recruits allowed the North Vietnamese High Command to field an ever-expanding, well-disciplined army.
Discipline and physical conditioning were paramount for the North Vietnamese soldier, preparing them for the arduous journey south. The red and yellow North Vietnamese flag is hoisted over the northern territories, symbolizing the establishment of sovereignty in the region. As the American presence escalated, advisors arrived for critical consultation.
General, it's good to finally meet you.
Welcome, Colonel. We have much to discuss.
The joint consultation proved critical. While the American delegation pushed for escalation in the northern provinces, the South United States provided significant aid, symbolized here by the influx of currency, food boxes, and weapons crates into South Vietnam.
By 1964, the commitment in the region had become Washington's primary concern. The domino theory weighed heavily on the commander-in-chief.
As the conflict accelerated across Southeast Asia, the dominoes fell faster, threatening to destabilize the entire
Noise. The Viet Cong learned to live off the land, utilizing the dense jungle as both cover and home. Their guerrilla.
This is symbol 87, representing the Viet Cong tunnel network. These hidden paths allowed the guerrillas to move
Number 88. Quick ambushes on roads. These hit-and-run tactics were designed to disrupt supply lines and demoralize the advancing forces.
The graph clearly illustrates the escalating crisis, culminating in the pivotal events of August 1964.
The Gulf of Tonkin incident dramatically escalated American involvement in the conflict. The destroyer moved through increasingly hostile waters. As the fleet spread into a search pattern, the deep-water sonar pulses began, probing the dark expanse for any sign of the enemy.
The radar screen's sweeping line and pings are becoming faster and more frequent, indicating a heightened state of alert. This aggressive display of force demonstrated the Navy's capability, a decisive blow against the northern sector. Reports of U.S. naval attacks.
The 95th Congress convened amidst a climate of intense urgency and partisan division.
With the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, military action expanded significantly, pushing further into the north.
The president knew that intervention carried immense risks, but the alternative, inaction, was deemed unacceptable. As the new millennium approached, the White House transitioned into Command Center 99, the centralized hub for all strategic communications.
A small, localized conflict icon on a map of Vietnam expands to encompass a broader Cold War symbol over the entire world map.
Welcome back to Cold War Frontline. The ideal battle between the red communist bloc and the blue democratic powers found.
In times of uncertainty, America's stance must be clear. We look to the horizon, steadfast and unwavering. With this single, heavy step, the nation committed itself to the conflict. Nation poised.
Chapter 105, Set for Conflict. As the sun rises over the White House.
As the sun finally set on the valley, the tension remained, a silent promise of the conflict yet to come.
For what would become one of its longest. Unkin and most divisive conflicts.
Part 3. The American Landing, 1965.
This is Stick Fight XX. For a deeper look into the arena, ensure you are subscribed. As shown here, the Post-Accord division map clearly delineates the 70th parallel, separating the North from the South.
Intershoot. Following the 1954 Geneva Accords, the Democratic Republic of Vietnam centralized power in Hanoi.
The first American advisors touched down, tasked with training the nascent South Vietnamese military.
Welcome to Saigon. We are honored by your arrival.
This was the reality of the Cold War, a zero-sum game where